With the Malaysian government announcing 250 billion in additional stimulus moments before we went live with our daily financial show that was going to be focused around stock and real estate investing, we took a quick stab at what the stimulus entails and what it means for the Malaysian economy. Here's part of the show. Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, so we don't know what exactly, the process of distributing everything that they're talking about is, but going through it just now, I've noticed a lot of like payments, right? Like, for example, here, 1,600 to people who are earning, households who are earning less than 4,000 ringgit. And then I see more stuff about to, targeted people who are above 21, and then essentially more money to other households earning different amounts, right? So all of these seems to be one-off payments. What's everyone's thought about that?
Yeah, yeah, I was like checking out, and a lot of my friends are asking me also, what is the government trying to do, and what are they actually printing money? Where do they get the source of money? I think it's definitely no, I don't dare to say definitely, but I have a feeling it's from the government's coffer. What they're trying to do is make sure that the economy is running, and everyone has sufficient money to continue their life, but they have to make sure that they use that money for the essentials only and not for any other matters, so to survive. Because what's coming to us, we don't know when will COVID end, how long will this going to be, and a lot of businesses are affected. Only a lot of businesses cannot continue as usual. Everyone has to be at home in hopes to get the cases down and flatten the curve.
Mm-hmm. And Reggie, so you've also, yesterday Singapore announced something similar, and you had a quick look. You had a chance to go through all of that. What do you say? Or to you, like, what's the big differences between how Singapore's government's handled this versus how the Malaysian government's handling this, or is there any?
Okay, I've not gotten a chance to like read the stimulus from the Malaysian side. So I think when I briefly look at it, I think everybody, not just the Malaysian government, but the UK government and even the US government, everyone is doing a lot of direct payments, right, into the economy to flood money into the economy so that everything just kind of keeps going, per se. But the very big question mark is if everyone cannot go out and spend, right, and then what's with all this money, right? So is the money just for paying your rent or your mortgages or what's going on, right? So the challenge here that we are facing today is that this is not just a financial issue, right? If it's a financial breakdown, pumping money into the economy makes it very easy for people to go out and spend and encourage, move like flow of money within the system, the network effect, etc., and then you kind of push the economy back together. But at this point in time, you're asking people to stay at home, right? So people cannot spend, but then you give them money. Then it's like, so what you want, right? So it's a very big question mark, and per se, nobody exactly knows what is the kind of impact and how it can then salvage the economy. I think the fundamental is still that we need to sort out the virus, at least contain it. All right, so contain it to a level where we can track people that have it, so that everyone else can kind of continue to live their life and continue to kind of live this thing. The chances are the vaccine will not come so fast. It's probably another year out. Any kind of vaccine done within this short period of time probably doesn't have the kind of accuracy, the kind of impact that we want, that will cover everyone. So given that short period of time, vaccine will not come. So at least we want to reach a level where the people that are infected can be traced and tracked so that everyone else can carry on with their lives and the economy can be uplifted in that sense. But all that being said, there's a growing amount of contract workers and gig economy workers all around the world, right? Especially in Malaysia and Singapore is growing. So it's good that all these direct payments are going in so that people that have direct impact in terms of their lives being affected can still continue to pay their rent, cover their basic expenses. But as to having all that to really stimulate the economy and get it going, I think it's very questionable. Yeah, it covers everyone that's affected as a result of loss of income, and probably supports some of the businesses so that the business don't like just end But if you're expecting like serious economic activity for the next few months, I think it's impossible because there's a lockdown law.
Mm.
So no matter how much you spend, that's probably not gonna you're not gonna see much. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting that they actually pump a lot of money on the internet, this and that. I think they want, this is the one of the best chance right now to do online content wherever you are. It doesn't matter whether it's financial, whether it's music, whether it's singing or acting or TikTok, all this and that. Digitization is coming nearer and faster than what we usually predicted. Last time we thought that how we're going to get everyone to go online, but now is the best time. Now is the right time.
So, Ryan, I mean, I haven't actually fully read everything here, but has the government actually announced incentives for people to do more digital stuff?
For right now is probably to make the internet free so that people can
yeah.
go and go online and get themselves busy instead of like not sure what they're doing out there. I mean, like, so that they want to prevent people from going out lah. Restriction movement order. They want people to stay at home, just watch online Netflix, go to your classroom online, everything. This is something good lah. I feel is for the people if
Yeah.
they can get hold of this sort of advantage and make full use of the potential, then life. I mean, like, it wouldn't be that boring lah. I understand
Yeah.
that people want to go out, that kind of thing, but we cannot. This is we cannot be that selfish lah and try stay at home and do what we can do.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, right? Like, if we can essentially give everyone internet for free, or those who are, I guess I don't even know really how they would give everyone internet for free. If let's say the house currently does not have it, you can't just go. I don't think they'll be going in to install this
Yes.
free internet, right?
But I think the company, there are some telecommunication company. I wouldn't say the brand because I don't want to sound so biased later to a particular brand. But I think they'll figure this out and see, okay, they know that people are kind of stuck in their house, but how do they want to connect all this? And after they get the funds from the government, they will try their best to reach out to the people. Now, of course, the brands for this telecommunication, they actually open it up to people to register online, and you don't need to go to the counter anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
Everything can be done online right now.
Yeah. And speaking of online, while we were just setting up, you were also mentioning how there's also this other, potential issue with all this, right? Like the government's giving everyone some money, but then the problem is because, and Reggie mentioned, like everyone's stuck at home, right? And Reggie's saying, oh, people can't buy. Actually, I think
They still can buy.
they can buy. And that might be where the issue is. Can you kind of elaborate again and share with everyone who's watching?
Okay. For people who always spend outside, maybe not window shopping, they really go out there and really spend the money, buy food, this and that. Okay, now they can go out, but they got this available option. Food Panda, Grab, all this and that, different food delivery, they'll do it for you as long as you got the money. And now the government is giving the people money in hopes that they will use it to, hey, remember, make sure you spend it prudently, all right? Because things are going to be pretty tough. So we want to make sure that you survive. And that's why they kind of, they do the, deferment of your loan, your PTPTN, your housing loan and everything, so that they will reduce your burden, your financial burden. It helps you use that money to survive until we see what will happen next in the coming 6 months.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that is one viewpoint, and I used to think that was a very valid viewpoint until I got the numbers from China. So China released their report for January and February. Okay. Wait. Is he around?
I think he might have just dropped off, but let's continue. Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. So China released their report in January for the January and February numbers. So relative to the year before, there was a decline in retail, of course, 25% down, manufacturing 15% down, all the down, right? And then I went to check, it's like online retail, is it up? And what I found out is that they were only up by 3%. and there's a varying reports, right? So some reports say that there's a reduction in 3%, some reports say that there's not much changes. Of course, it depends on how they classify and where they get their data, but in general, the spread is with plus minus 3%. So while I used to think that there is a good chance that people can consume a lot online, I realized that okay, maybe that is not exactly the case. There are some things that they can consume online, but the reality is a lot of the economies today are paying a premium for like experiences, for the kind of additional activities. It's not all about products anymore, right? We have gone way past buying toothbrush, buying bags and all those. We are seeking experiences, and when you deduct all that kind of additional spending, you realize that even online consumption is not experiencing a huge peak. Despite that, a lot of government is hoping that people will end up buying online. But yes, people are buying online, continue to buy what they usually buy, but they're not like buying a lot of new things online. I think that is kind of something that we can look at, in general. Yeah.
If you're interested in coming out of this MCO with better financial understanding, subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure to tune in live every day at 5 p.m. to watch our financial show.